Who gon' say no?
Hey, enough. Watch how you talk to people. Respect don't cost a thing.
Old lady,
Mind your business. My business is watching this world forget what respect looks like. Don't you dare tell my kid what to do. Then who will? That's what scares me. Who gon' say no when nobody's standing tall? Everybody got a voice, ain't nobody hearing calls. Everybody want respect, ain't nobody earning trust. World keeps spinning fast while the morals turn to dust. Who gon' draw the line when the line done disappeared? Everybody acting fearless, but they living off of fear. Mama scared to speak, daddy scared to intervene. Now the whole world's watching chaos play out on the screen. Back in my day, words carried weight. If you crossed that line, there were consequences to face. Neighbors knew your name, teachers knew your folks. Everybody played a part, it wasn't all for show. Now the phone come out before somebody lends a hand. Everybody got opinions, nobody got a plan. Respect ain't handed out just because you breathe. It's built by what you do and the promises you keep. I ain't saying every yesterday was right. Some folks cross lines and never should have been crossed in life. But somewhere in the middle, something got misplaced. Now correction sounds like hate just because you speak your face. How we teach tomorrow if nobody listened today? How we build a future if every lesson gets thrown away? Who gon' say no when nobody's standing tall? Everybody got a voice, ain't nobody hearing calls. Everybody want respect, ain't nobody earning trust. World keeps spinning fast while the morals turn to dust. Kids ain't born broken, that ain't what I'm saying. They learn from the people in the world where they stayin'. Screens raise voices louder than the family table. Everybody connected but nobody feels stable. Parents got pressure from everyday erection. One mistake online because public inspection. Hard to find balance, harder to find peace. Everybody pointing fingers, nobody wants to teach. So I'm asking one question, simple and plain. When did holding each other accountable become shame? Maybe we don't need fear, maybe we need backbone. Somebody willing to stand even if they stand alone. Who gon' say no when the whole room stayed quiet? Silence feeds the fire till the fire starts a riot. Respect ain't free, and it never was before. If nobody plants the seed, how we ever gonna grow? Older woman, they'll call me old-fashioned. Maybe I am. But if caring enough to speak up is old-fashioned, then maybe the world's forgotten something worth remembering.
A mother's replay.
You think I don't remember? Girl, I grew up the same. Grandma gave one look and we already knew our lane. Talk back, better think twice. The mouth got checked real quick. Teachers called the house and mama backed them, that was it. But times kept changing. Every year another rule. Everybody got opinions on how somebody else should parent to. One mistake is posted, now the whole world gotta say. Point a camera at your family before they ask what happened that day. And tell us be more gentle. They tell us don't be strict. Then wonder why these children don't know where the boundaries sit. I'm not scared of my own child, I'm scared of getting it wrong. Trying to raise a good heart when every voice says I'm wrong. People blame the parents, people blame the schools, people blame the government, people changing all the rules. Some say we gone too soft, some say the old ways went too far. I'm just trying to raise my baby in the world that's falling apart. So don't think I don't hear you. I hear every single word. Maybe what these kids need most is for somebody to be heard. Maybe respect starts at home. Maybe it starts in the street. Maybe the answer ain't yelling. Maybe it's everyone we meet. 'Cause if we keep pointing fingers, will never heal this divide. You remember yesterday? I'm just trying to survive. I hear every word you said, and I ain't here to judge your fight. I know this world ain't simple, and I know every day's a climb. I know these times are different, and pressure's on your back. Seems everybody got an opinion, but few know all the facts. Respect ain't something given, it's something that you earn. That's a lesson life will teach at every single turn. The world's too quick to argue, too slow to understand. Everybody wants to be heard, few reach out a hand. You said these kids need listening, on that we both agree. But listening ain't the same as letting everything just be. Life won't always say yes, life don't bend to every plea. The world won't move because we want it, that's just reality. Sometimes no protects you from a road you shouldn't take. Some but discipline's a lesson, not a sign of love that breaks it. Now I'll admit our generation, some folks surely went too far. Some children carry burdens that left invisible scars. I'm not defending every action or every heavy hand. Love should never leave a wound that a child can't understand. But somewhere in that balance, something slipped away. We traded every boundary for fear of what they say. We grew through hard conversations, through consequences, right or wrong. Not because the road was easy, but because it made us strong. Strength ain't built in comfort, character takes time. Sometimes doing what's unpopular is how you draw the line. So I'm not standing here against you, I'm standing here with hope that we raise a generation who can carry more than cope. Teach them kindness, teach them courage, teach them how to disagree. Teach them respect is earned, not automatically. Cause one day they'll be always standing where we stand today, and they'll ask the very same question. What kind of world they leaving me behind? Gave me something to think about, cause respect ain't bought and respect ain't free. I tell my child the very same when they're alone with me. You say this world keeps changing, you're right, I see it too. Sometimes I barely recognize the place we all once knew. But every day I'm walking on a line that's razor thin. One step too far one way, one step too far again. You tell me stand your ground, believe me, I try. But every lesson's questioned, every choice gets put on trial. A stranger knows 10 seconds and judges every mile. Teachers scared to teach, parents scared to fail. Children hear 1,000 voices, truth gets lost in the trail. The world keeps telling children, you're perfect as you are. But nobody explains that growth comes from the scars. Not every dream comes easy, not every road is fair. Life don't hand out trophies just because you're there. And maybe that's the part we've been afraid to say. The world don't owe us comfort every single day. Some blame all the parents, some blame all the schools, some blame every leader for rewriting all the rules. Maybe there's truth on every side we see, cause no one person built this reality. Technology got louder, neighborhoods got smaller, everybody's got a platform. Nobody
because they understand.
I hear your heart, and I know this ain't easy. No handbook tells a parent how to raise a soul completely. Every child writes a story, every road has different bends. We're all just hoping the choices that we make don't end in regret. But here's what I believe: some lessons can't be taught by words alone. Sometimes life's the teacher and pain's the only tone. We all fall down, we all make mistakes. That's how wisdom's built, not by getting every answer straight. I remember waking up, running out that front door. Mama said be home before the street lights, and don't make me come looking for you. That was enough. We spend all day outside, bikes racing down the hill, building forts, climbing trees, thinking we were made of steel. We scraped our knees, we dusted lips, came home covered in dirt. Mama cleaned us up and smiled, tomorrow it'll hurt less. If we lost, we learned to lose. If we won, we learned to stay humble too. Nobody promised life was fair, nobody said we'd never cry. Sometimes the answer wasn't easy. Sometimes the answer was simply get back up and try. Neighbors watch the neighborhood, not to judge, but just to care. If somebody crossed the line, someone spoke up right then and there. Seems now the buddies, everybody's got advice. Everybody's in your business, everybody picks a side. But when it's time to build a job, the crowd goes silent fast. They'll tell you everything you did wrong, but never help you through the task. I'm not asking for yesterday, I know time don't turn around. I'm asking that we teach our children how to stand on solid ground. To hear no without believing it's hate, to work for something meaningful instead of expecting it by fate. Because respect ain't a birthday gift. It ain't likes, it ain't followers, it ain't something handed over just because we exist. It's earned. One choice, one promise, one act of character at a time. And maybe, just maybe, if we all remembered that, the next generation wouldn't have to wonder where we lost our way. The beat disappears. Just soft piano. Distant rain. The mother sits beside her son. You know, I've been talking. She's been talking. But nobody ever asked, what do you see? A long pause. You really wanna know? 'Cause grown-ups always talk, but they don't always listen. You tell us to go outside, but then you're scared to let us. You tell us to be ourselves, then laugh when we're different. You tell us to dream big, then tell us the world's too expensive. You tell us to respect people, but I watch grown-ups scream at strangers. You tell us not to fight, then every night the news shows another war. You tell us to put our phones down, but everybody else is staring at one too. You say, talk to somebody, but everybody's too busy. Sometimes it feels like nobody's really here. We don't know our neighbors. We don't play outside like you did. Everybody says it's dangerous, so we stay inside. And the screen becomes our world. Likes become applause, followers become friends, comments become fights. And when that's all you know, you start believing that's just how life works. You say respect is earned. I believe that, but nobody ever taught us how. Everybody tells us what we're doing wrong. Not many show us how to make it right. We're not asking for life to be easy. We're asking, who's gonna help us figure it out? felt that way. Older woman. Maybe that's what we've all been missing. Not another argument, another conversation.
Tap, tap, tap. The older man slowly walks in, weathered boots scraping the floor. He sets his cane against the table and lowers himself into the empty chair. Mind if an old man says a few words? I've heard the older generation. I've heard the parents. I've heard the child. And after all these years, I still believe. Everybody's carrying a burden nobody else can see. I get how you all feel. I truly do. This world ain't the same one I grew up in. Every generation faces different storms. But there's one thing I don't think has ever changed. A person's character. Seems like nowadays, too many people believe if you got money, if you got the newest shoes, the nicest clothes, the newest phone, then somehow that makes you important. But let me tell you something. Money can buy a house. It can't buy a home. Money can buy attention. It can't buy respect. Money can buy followers. It can't buy loyalty. The richest man in the room can still be the poorest in character. When my time comes, I don't want people saying he had nice things. I'd rather they say he kept his word. He treated people right. He stood up when it wasn't easy. That's a life worth remembering. Maybe we've all spent too much time trying to fit in, following crowds, following trends, following people who don't even know where they're going. Maybe it's time to stop asking, how can I be like everybody else? And start asking, what kind of person do I want to become? A leader doesn't need the loudest voice. A leader doesn't need the biggest wallet. A leader doesn't need the most expensive clothes. A real leader leads by example, shows kindness when the world chooses hate, keeps their word when it's easier to lie, lifts people up instead of stepping on them. Maybe if more of us stopped chasing popularity and started chasing purpose, our children would have something better to follow. Because every generation is watching the one before it, not just listening, watching. So if you want change, be the example. If you want respect, live in a way that runs it. And if you want leaders, raise them. Don't wait for somebody else. The world changes. One home, one family, one choice at a time.
The old man finishes speaking, the room is silent. The older woman looks down and smiles faintly. Older woman, softly. Dad, you always did know how to quiet a room. Even when I was little, you never raised your voice. You never had to. Because when you spoke, people listened. She laughs quietly. I spent all this time talking about respect, trying to remind people of what we lost, and somehow you reminded me of something too. Respect ain't just taught, it's lived. I remember watching you, working long days, coming home tired, still making time for your family. You never asked us to be perfect, you just asked us to be honest. You taught us that your name was worth more than anything you could own. Maybe that's the lesson I've been trying to say all along. Mother, Granddad, can I ask you something? How are you always so calm? No matter what happens, you never seem angry, you never panic, you just listen. Huh? Maybe, I think I know. You live long enough to see that people change. Times change, the world changes, but people still need the same things: to be loved, to be guided, to be forgiven, to be held accountable. Maybe that's why you never rush to judge, cause you've seen how every generation believes they're right until the next one comes along. Maybe the answer was never choosing one generation over another. Maybe it's taking the best from every generation. Your work ethic, mom's determination, my understanding, and our children's hope. Maybe that's how we move forward. Not by forgetting the past, not by fearing the future, but by learning from both. The old man smiles proudly. Now, you're starting to understand. Can I say something? I think maybe we're all looking at the wrong things. Everybody notices when somebody falls. Everybody shares when somebody fails. Everybody remembers someone's worst mistake, but hardly anybody remembers their best day. Maybe if we stopped looking at everyone's downfalls and started looking at what they can become, the world would feel different. You always tell me nobody's perfect, so why do we expect everybody to be? Maybe instead of asking what's wrong with them, we should ask what happened to them, or what are they good at? Everybody's got something. Some people can build, some people can teach, some people can fix things, some people can make people laugh, some people know how to make you smile on your worst day. Everybody matters. Maybe if we spent more time helping people find what they're good at, instead of reminding them what they're bad at, there'd be fewer people trying to prove themselves. Maybe that's how respect grows. Not by tearing each other down, but by lifting each other up. Maybe
just taught all of us something.
The music almost disappears. Only a crackling fireplace, a ticking clock, and the gentle tap of a wooden cane against the floor. A very elderly woman, around 100 years old, slowly makes her way into the kitchen. The family falls silent. She smiles warmly, fills an old coffee pot, pours herself a cup, and lets out a soft laugh before taking a seat at the table. She wraps both hands around the warm mug and looks at everyone. Well, you're finally done? I've been listening from the other room. Every one of you trying to fix the world. You know what's funny? My mother and I had this very same conversation. She looked at my generation and said, "The world's changing too fast." She worried we'd forget respect. She worried life was getting easier. She worried children wouldn't understand hard work anymore. And you know what? Her mother said the same thing to her. Seems to me every generation thinks they're the first to worry about the next one. Truth is, you're all right and you're all wrong. Every generation leaves something behind, and every generation builds something new. Some lessons should never change. Keep your word, respect others, help your neighbor, own your mistakes, work hard, love your family. Those things never grow old. But every generation also sees the world a little differently. Sometimes that's how we grow. Don't spend so much time arguing about who's right, but you forget to learn from each other. Because one day that little child will be sitting where you are. The mother will become the grandmother. The grandmother will become the elder. And somebody new will ask the same questions. That's life, not a circle. A conversation, one that's been going on long before any of us, and one that will keep going long after we're gone. She smiles, takes one last sip of coffee, and slowly stands. Now, who's gonna help an old woman wash these coffee cups? The whole family laughs together. The music swells, warm strings, choir, and a final piano chord. Maybe changing the world begins with listening to each other.